everybody. Welcome back to the dock as the Tougaloo College men's team with a record of 10-2 is coming in to take on your LSU Shreveport Pilots at 8-5, 2-1 in conference. This is not a conference game for the Pilots, so I imagine, they're going to play their hardest. I don't imagine they're going to play, as hard as they would in a conference game, because conference games matter more, I would say. This is going to be an intriguing matchup, though, because Tougaloo hosts the best rebounder in Division I NAIA Basketball. Your Pilots have the second best rebounder in Division I NAIA Basketball. So this is going to be interesting to see how these two teams play out and how this game unfolds for both teams. Rebounds are going to be key. So let me go ahead and give you a little rundown of the series history between these two teams. So the teams have met 20 times, as the ladies' teams have. The Pilots do lead the series 13-7. Here at the dock, the Pilots lead the series 6-3. Although, with that being said, the last time they played, Tougaloo did win. We're going to take a second and play this national anthem. All right, here we go. Looks like we're about to get the lights dimmed, and we're going to go over some starting lineups for you. Here goes Tougaloo's lineup. That starting lineup for Tougaloo: number 5, Tonzel Hardy; number 11, Ladarius Woods; number 12, Alfenye Parker; and number 15, Corey Davis; and number 25, Datavius Porter. And the Bulldogs are coached by Thomas Billups. So now we're going to turn our attention over to the Pilots. I imagine with the Pilots, the way they've been shooting, they're going to go with their smaller lineup that's worked really well for them in their past 3-4 games. They're currently on a 4-game win streak. Starting up is number 0, Josh Stamps, who's been shooting lights out from behind the arc. He's pretty much had the green light here at the dock all week. Next up is number 1, Nate Levine, who's also, if he gets hot, he's like Josh Stamps. You just don't want him to shoot, or at least Tougaloo would not want him to shoot. Next up is Jeff Garrett. He's probably the all-around best player for the Pilots. Next up, Tim Coleman, number 5, who is a clutch player. And lastly, but not least, is Ahmad Wainwright. And that's going to be the starting lineup for your Pilots. And the coach for your Pilots is going to be Coach Kyle Blankenship. Your Pilots are ranked number 22 in the NAIA right now, so we're going to hope that they can keep that ranking up and play really hard basketball and stretch this 4-game win streak to a 5-game win streak before they take a nice deserved break again, they're going to be like the girls. Their next game is going to be January 3rd at Southwest. It will not be brought to you by us here at the dock. It will be brought to you at Southwest, so tune in on DAC Stats, and hopefully you can watch the game and check out your Pilots live. Their next home game after tonight is going to be January 11th against St. Thomas. Here comes a tip-off. It is going to go to Tougaloo, and they're going to have a wide open basket to take it to, and there Tougaloo is going to go off to a 2-point lead. So Tim Coleman's going to bring the ball slowly up court. He's going to give it to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett's going to pass it over to Josh Stamps. He looked like he was going to take 3, but he passes back to Jeff Garrett, who's going to drive the lane. And he's going to get charged. There's going to be a blocking foul on Tougaloo, number 15, Corey Davis. And that's going to put Jeff Garrett to the line. Jeff Garrett on the year is a 69%. I might as well say 70. It's 69.8% free throw shooter. These charity stripes are going to count hugely in this game, as they did in the last game. As you saw, the Lady Pilots came up too short to Tougaloo Bulldogs women's team. Jeff Garrett's going to he makes his first one. His second one to bring it back to an even ball game is going to go in, and we are at zeros. Tougaloo's going to press it a little faster up court. Parker's going to give it to, I can't see his number, but the 3 for Tougaloo is going to land. That is number 11, Ladarius Woods. So Tougaloo's up 5-2. Tim Coleman brings it up court. He gives it to Jeff Garrett. He's going to pass it over to Nate Levine, who's going to pass it across to Ahmad Wainwright. He's going to take the 3. It is not going to go. Tougaloo gets the rebound, and Tougaloo's going to bring the ball up court quickly. And a player loses his dribble when he's pressed by Jeff Garrett, and that's going to go out for an inbound for the Pilots. Jeff Garrett's going to give it over to Tim Coleman, who's going to slowly bring it back up court and set up a play for the Pilots. We've got not a lot of off-ball movement right now. The Pilots' legs have to be gassed after as many games as they played. Ahmad Wainwright gets the ball. He's going to pass it over to Josh Stamps, who is going to take the 3. It's not going to go. Ahmad Wainwright does get the rebound. He fakes the 3. He's going to drive the lane, and it's going to be tipped at the end. Referee's going to stop play for a delay the game warning. I guess the referee thought the ball went in, but the ball's going to go out, and it's going to be off of Josh Stamps, though, so Tougaloo's going to keep possession. 21 seconds on the shot clock. The Pilots are trailing 5-2 early in this ball game. Here comes the inbound. Tougaloo's going to keep possession. They're going to move it from right to left, looking for any open shot. The Pilots' defense is going to have to step up and play a high press to keep Tougaloo from getting any wide open shots, but they're going to drive the lane for an easy layup. Josh Stamps is going to receive the inbound pass. He was pressed really tightly initially, but Tougaloo pulled up and didn't press him. Here comes the long 3 from Tim Coleman, and it is going to go. So we're back down to a 2-point deficit for your Pilots, 7-5, 18 minutes to go in this first half. Unlike the women, the guys only play 2 20-minute halves. Nate Levine is pressing high on his player. And the Tougaloo player was able to swing around Jeff Garrett, but Jeff Garrett does get the rebound off the missed layup by Tougaloo. Gives it over to Ahmad Wainwright, who was going to drive the lane, but had the ball pickpocketed from him. Tougaloo's going to drive it all the way down court and get an easy layup, and they're going to swing their lead back to 4 points. The score being 9-5. The Pilots' defense is really playing kind of sloppy, and I do understand it after playing so many games. But Tim Coleman with a shot that is going to count. He's going to get a chance for a 3-point swing or an and-one opportunity. And it looks like we have Kelvin Henry Jr. stepping up to be subbed in. Looks like he's going to give Nate Levine a little bit of a break. Nate Levine has definitely earned his starting time and his play time recently with the way he's been shooting. But Kelvin Henry Jr. has been playing lights out over this three-game stretch over the weekend. The and one is not going to go. Tim Coleman misses his free throw opportunity. And the Pilots are going to begin about a full court press. And so as Tougaloo slowly moves the ball up court, they're going to get an easy slam, and they're just completely outplaying the Pilots right now. Tim Coleman's going to drive the lane. It's going to go off a Tougaloo player's foot, and the referee does not call a kickball. Tougaloo's going to take a three. It's not going to go. It's going to go off the back of the rim, but Tougaloo gets a rebound and the shot. The lead for Tougaloo is continuing to grow as the Pilots cannot amount to really anything right now. So Tim Coleman's going to give the ball over to Kelvin Henry Jr. He's going to slow up possession. He's going to pass it to Jeff Garrett, who's going to pass it over to Ahmad Wainwright. Jeff Garrett's going to provide a pick, but the ball is going to be stolen from Jeff Garrett, who's going to steal it back, but it's taken again from him. And Tougaloo looked like they were going to get the rebound, but Josh Stamps is going to jump over the back, and that's going to be a foul on Josh Stamps. So trailing Tougaloo 7-13, or 13-7, and 16:21 to go in this ball game, or in the first half, excuse me. Here comes a three from Tougaloo, and it is not going to go. Jeff Garrett gets the rebound. He's going to give it over to Kelvin Henry Jr. He's going to pass it to Ahmad Wainwright, who takes a three wide open, but it is also not going to go. The Pilots are just shooting poorly in this first half. But you can't attribute a lot of that to tired legs. This is their fourth game in 5 days. So I imagine, they're a little gassed as we speak. Tougaloo is going to get a steal from Kelvin Henry Jr., and they're going to take it the length of the court and get the easy layup. And the coach for Tougaloo is arguing for an and one opportunity, but the ref just wasn't going to give him. Jeff Garrett has a wide open lane. He drives it, but his dunk does not go. Tougaloo's got the ball, and they're off to the races. And Tougaloo's going to get an easy layup after an attempted steal by Kelvin Henry Jr. We are trailing by 10, 17-7 with 15-16 to go in this first period of play. First half. Tim Coleman's got the ball. He's going to pull up, take about a free throw, and it is going to go. Shorten the lead to 8 points. And Tougaloo's going to inbound the ball, and they're off to the races again. They're going to keep this Pilot team just completely gassed, or attempt to keep them gassed the best they can. And that should be a double dribble. And as the coach is arguing, the Pilots are going to make a sub and bring in Shav Murray, who's also been a really good spark off the bench for the Pilots in this last week stretch. We're gonna need him to continue to fight for the rebounds that he shoots for, and hope that we can continue to shrink this lead. Trailing by 8 right now. Tim Coleman gives it over to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett looked like he was going to drive the lane, but he backs it out. He is being hand-checked the entire way, makes the layup, and he gets an opportunity for a three-point swing. Score is now 17-11. Jeff Garrett's going to go to the line, and Jeff Garrett is a 69% free throw shooter. He's made one, missed one already today. We really need this to go. These charity stripe shots are what's going to keep us in this ball game right now. So Jeff Garrett makes it. It's a 5-point ball game. Here comes a high court press by the Pilots. Tim Coleman and Kelvin Henry Jr. are pressing all the way up the court, forcing Tougaloo to slowly move the ball up the court. Tougaloo's passes are going a little crazy. They're wide left, wide right. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound off the off shot. He's going to pass it up to Tim Coleman, and the Pilots are now running. He's going to take a three. It is going to go. It's a 2. His foot was on the line. So the Pilots are back to a high press. And Tougaloo is going to try to fight their way through the high press. Here comes the 3 by Tougaloo, and it is going to fall. It was really uncontested. Tim Coleman's going to slowly bring the ball up court himself again. He's going to pull up, and it's going to be a 3 this time. It is going to go. The Pilots and the Bulldogs are just trading shot for shot. This is starting to get impressive basketball. Both teams are really getting into this, and as you can hear, the crowd's even getting into this game now. Tougaloo's going to drive the lane and get an easy layup. It was uncontested. Score is 22-17, 13-30 to go on the ball, or this first half. Shav Murray's going to give Tim Coleman a pick. And Jeff Garrett's going to pass the ball to Shav Murray. He looked like he was going to drive the lane. He pulls back, takes a three, and it's going to bounce just off the rim of the backboard. Tougaloo's going to get the rebound, and they turn, and they're running. This is the first time. Oh, they're going to call number 3 for a hook. Oh, they're calling for a hold, not a hook. That is number 3 from Tougaloo, DeMitchell Stribling. That is the team's 4th foul. They are inching closer to putting the Pilots in the bonus, and we definitely need to get into the bonus the way Tougaloo is scoring. As Coach Blankenship's up, he's coaching his team, giving them some instructions. Tim Coleman brings the ball up. He gets a pick by Jeff Garrett. He throws the ball up, but that is going to be a block by number 3 again, DeMitchell Stribling. He was not set long enough to get the charge. Tim Coleman charged the lane, and had number 3, DeMitchell Stribling been there a second sooner, he would have probably got the charge. But again, it's going to put the Pilots on the line and give them a chance to close the gap even closer. Tim Coleman's first shot is not going to go. Coleman on the year is a 75% free throw shooter, so you expect him to make most of these. Second shot by Coleman is going to go. So the gap is closing. We're down to 5 on a lead that was as large as 8 at one point, 10 point. And that's going to be a foul on Kelvin Henry Jr. You're going to get him for slapping him on the arm. That is going to put number 15, Corey Davis, to the line for Tougaloo. He's going to get 2 shots, according to the referee. The first shot is going to go. He is a 67% free throw shooter. His second shot is also going to go. It was as pretty as the first shot. So Tim Coleman's got the ball back in his possession. He's going to slowly move it up court. Jeff Garrett sets up the pick. Tim Coleman passes it to Shav Murray. Shav Murray's going to drive the lane, and it was a wide open look. He switched it from his right hand to his left and laid it up. We are down to 4-point deficit, 12:30 to go in this first period of play. Kelvin Henry Jr. goes for the steal but misses it, but he's able to retain his defensive stance. Tougaloo drives it deep in the lane. It does not go. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound. He's going to kick it over to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to bring it up the right side of the court. He drives the lane, and he is fouled 3 or 4 times before he eventually pummels to the ground. And they're going to call the foul on number 1, Stanley Williams. That's his first foul. We are at 6 fouls, 1 more, and the Pilots are in the bonus. They're going to be on the line. And this could be, the crutch of Tougaloo as we speak right now. So here comes the inbound. It's going to go to Josh Stamps. He's going to take a long 3. It is going to bounce off the front of the rim. Tougaloo's going to get the rebound. And again, they're going to come racing up the court. Here comes a 3 from Tougaloo. It is not going to go. Jeff Garrett gets the rebound. And he looks like he's going to bring it up court himself. He's going to give it to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to slow up possession. Tim Coleman drives the lane. And he's going to get another blocking call. The Tougaloo coach is completely not happy, but that's a block on Stanley Williams. The Tougaloo coach is pleading his case for a charge, but he is not getting it. Again, Tim Coleman's going to go to the line, and now the Pilots are in the bonus, so every foul committed by Tougaloo is going to put the Pilots on the charity stripe. First shot by Tim Coleman is going to go. After he makes the first shot, he is going to signal for a change after his second shot. He's been running very hard, and he needs a break. It looks like Malik Andres is going to come on for him. That's going to be a like-for-like change. Tim Coleman's second shot is going to go, and that is shrinking the lead to 2 points. Can you believe that? That quick. 9 minutes, the Pilots have trailed as much as 10, and now they're down by 2. Tougaloo is struggling to deal with the Pilots' offense and defense as we speak. Tougaloo is going to drive the lane, but it is stolen by Jeff Garrett. Kelvin Henry Jr. is going to come up with the steal, and he's going to call for a couple people to move. He's going to pass it over to Shav Murray, who's about 3-4 feet behind the three-point line. He's going to pass it over to Ahmad Wainwright. Kicks it to Malik Andres. Malik Andres is going to pass it to... That's going to be a backcourt by the Pilots. Malik Andres has passed to Kelvin Henry Jr. is going to carry. It was way too high for him. He wasn't able to get it. So that turnover is going to give Tougaloo a chance to really build on this lead that they've tried to lead and maintain. The three by Tougaloo is not going to go. Ahmad Wainwright gets a rebound. He sees a couple players wide open. He gives it to Shav Murray, who gives it to Jeff Garrett, who does a layup. He misses his first shot, but gets his own putback, and it brings it to a tie ball game. 10:48 to go, 24-24. Tougaloo is completely thrown off right now. This lineup the Pilots have thrown in is really giving them a lot of trouble. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound off the missed layup attempt. He's going to bring the ball slowly up court himself. And that's going to be a reach-in on number 25, Tavian Porter. That's his first foul. That's the team's 8th foul. You know, they continue to build fouls like this. You're going to see people fouling out early in the second half of play. Jeff Garrett's going to go to the line, and as I said earlier, he's a 69% free throw shooter. And these charity stripes they're going to be the death of Tougaloo. Jeff Garrett does make a shot, so the Pilots have their first lead of the ballgame, 25-24 at the 10:26 mark. Jeff Garrett's going to line up to take his second free throw. And it is also going to go. Pilots have a 2-point lead, and now they need to continue to build this lead and continue to throw Tougaloo into the loop that they've been into. I want to say Tougaloo's shooting percentage has dropped by 20 or 30% in this second half of play. Here, Tougaloo looked like they were going to set up a three, and they didn't. They pulled it down and drove the lane. And that looks like there's going to be a foul on Malik Andres. That is a Malik foul on Andres, a slap on the wrist. So, Tougaloo's going to get to the line, and it looks like it's going to put Tonzel Hardy to the line. He is a 66% free throw shooter. He makes his first one. Here comes the second shot. It is going to go in as well. So Tougaloo has now tied the game back up. Kelvin Henry Jr. is going to bring the ball slowly up court. He's going to give the ball to Malik Andres. He's going to pass it to Shav Murray to give it under the basket to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett is going to muscle his way under and get the layup to grow the lead back to 2 points for the Pilots. And there's going to be an intercepted pass by Jeff Garrett. And it looks like a Pilot and two Tougaloo players are going to be fighting for the ball. And that's going to be a timeout by the Pilots. They're going to be able to maintain possession. The Tougaloo coach is just yelling. He is not happy with what's transpiring as we go. Right now, your point leader for the Pilots is Tim Coleman with 15 points early in this ball game. Now, while we're still here early in this first half of play, I want to remind everybody to come celebrate with your team before and after the game at Johnny's Pizza House. They've got your pizza loaded going all the way to the edge. They've got breadsticks, Johnny's Flips, cheese sticks, cinnamon sticks, or peach pudding pie ready to take on your hunger. That's Johnny's Pizza House, a proud sponsor of your Pilots each and every week here on the LSUS Sports Network. What a game. I mean, the Pilots started the first about 6-7 minutes of this ball game and could not make a shot. Everything was bouncing off the rim or the backboard or air ball. They couldn't do anything. And then Coach Blankenship made a couple subs, and when he made those subs, it was like lights out. Tougaloo couldn't get into the game. Shav Murray's been a complete headache for Tougaloo. Jeff Garrett has stepped up and is just being a monster under the goal. Again, like I said, this game's going to be won off of the backboard and the rebounds. Jeff Garrett gets a nice look, and he makes the 2-point shot. And there you go. We're up to a 4-point lead for the Pilots. 9:08 to go in this first half. Tougaloo's going to pull up and take a long three. It is not going to go. Jeff Garrett gets the rebound. And, the highlight of this first half has been Jeff Garrett and his impressive play. Tim Coleman's going to drive the lane. His shot does not go. He does not get a foul either. He was hoping for one. Tougaloo's going to drive all the way down the lane. And it looks like there's going to be a foul on Josh Stamps. There's going to be a chance for an and-one opportunity for Ladarius Woods. So Tougaloo has a chance to make this a 1-point ball game. This has really been an exciting game. Both teams have been going and in it. Oh, Tougaloo misses the free throw opportunity. It is rebounded by Shav Murray. He gives it over to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett pulls up the three. It bounces in and out of the rim. Oh, how unfortunate for Jeff Garrett. He's feeling hot right now, so I understand him taking that shot. Tougaloo is now passing the ball from left to right. They like to drive the lane, but they also do like the three. And it looks like that's going to be a foul on Shav Murray. I really didn't see the push-off right there that the ref called, but the ref obviously gets paid more than I do to do this game. And here comes the first shot. It is going to go in. That's going to be Corey Davis. Corey Davis on the year is a 67% free throw shooter for Tougaloo. Both teams are going to make a couple subs, bring in some fresh legs. The second shot also is going to go. Tim Coleman is going to slowly bring the ball up court himself. Again, he is your point leader for the Pilot early in this first half. Ahmad Wainwright currently has the ball. He's going to try to pass it over to Shav Murray, and it's going to be intercepted. He's going to pass it over to Nate Levine. You got 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Nate Levine's going to jump like he's going to shoot, pass it under the rim to Jeff Garrett, and his layup's going to go. Jeff Garrett is really in this ball game right now. Tim Coleman's going to continue his full court press. No other Pilot did, though. So the Pilots are pressing really tightly against Tougaloo, forcing them to take bad shots. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound. He's going to pass it over to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's got Nate Levine running to his left. He's got Shav Murray on his left and Nate Levine on his right. Shav Murray takes the three, but it is not going to go. Tougaloo gets a rebound. And Tougaloo looks like they're off running. Here comes the layup by Tougaloo, and it's not going to go. That is pushed out by Tougaloo. And the referee is screaming for the foul. He's just not getting him. He's seeing something the referee's not seeing. So we're 7:17 to go in this first period. The score is 32-30 for your Pilots. So Tim Coleman's got the ball. He's walking it up. He gives it to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett has just been a monster in this first half. He drives the lane, and he is fouled hard. Looks like that's going to be on number 5, Tonzel Handy, excuse me. That's his first foul. That's going to put Jeff Garrett back on the line. Jeff Garrett's, pretty much lived from this line most of the first half, and we can't really complain. I believe he's only missed one. There he goes and makes another. Looks like Kelvin Henry Jr. is coming back in the game for Shav Murray. Shav Murray definitely needs a break. He has been running for the majority of this period. Kelvin Henry Jr. has definitely got to make smarter choices, though. He's got a couple quick fouls when he was in earlier. Here comes the second shot by Jeff Garrett, and it is also going to go in. So you got Tim Coleman and Nate Levine. They're starting their half-court press, and they're pressing high. They're not giving Tougaloo really any passing lanes or options for passes. Kelvin Henry Jr.'s man is trying to drive the lane to shoot, and he does get a nice shot. It was a fadeaway. So the Tougaloo is able to keep this at a 2-point game, 34-32. We're at 6:37 mark. Tim Coleman's got the ball. He's playing with his defender. He's going left. He's going right. And as he switched up with the defenders, he passes it out to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright for the three. It is not going to go. Jeff Garrett is out-rebounded for the first time in a while. Here comes a three from Tougaloo, and they make it. Tougaloo now has the lead. Shot was by Corey Davis for the three. 35-34 Tougaloo. The lead is now back in Tougaloo's favor. They led early. Now Kelvin Henry Jr. draws the lane, and his shot is blocked. What a block by Ahmad Wainwright. The entire crowd is hollering for goaltending. The referee is not going to give it to him. And here comes the inbound by Tougaloo after the block by Ahmad Wainwright. What a way to block and keep this a 1-point game. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound off the missed shot. He's going to bring it up court slowly himself. He gives it over to Ahmad Wainwright, who looked like he was going to take the three, but he drives the lane. He gets a layup look, but nothing falls. Tougaloo is off to the races. Kelvin Henry Jr. gets a rebound off the miss, kicks it over to Nate Levine, who's going to bring the ball up court himself. Nate Levine slowly brings possession. He looked like he was going to take the three. He drives the lane. He is going to get fouled and the opportunity for one. What a way to stick with the shot and have the concentration to put it in the net. That's going to be Datavian Porter with his second foul, the team's 10th foul. Tougaloo's team is in trouble right now. They are making a lot of shots, and you have one referee coming over warning the referee. He does not like what's going on with the referees right now. They are the head coach of Tougaloo. He is not happy with the way this game is playing. So Tougaloo inbounds the ball. They're going to drive it down lane. They're going to take a decent 2-point shot, and it is going to fall for him. The score is 37-37. Ahmad Wainwright has the ball. He looked like he was going to take the three, but he doesn't take it. He passes it under the bucket to Nate Levine, who's going to drive back out. Gives it to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright does take the three this time. It does not fall. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound and the putback. 39-37. 4:43 to go in this first period. The Pilots are just flying right now. You would think they'd be tired and have tired legs, and they look like it early, but they are definitely in this ball game, giving Tougaloo everything they have. Tougaloo with a three, and it is going to fall. Tougaloo has a 1-point lead. The lead is just changing back and forth. Both of these teams are really in this ball game here late in this first half. Tim Coleman has the ball. He's going to take a long three himself. It is not going to fall. Ahmad Wainwright gets a rebound. He kicks it out to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett is going to take the three himself too, but Tougaloo gets a rebound, and it looks like Tim Coleman's going to get called with the Tim Coleman's going to get called for hitting him on the wrist. That's his first foul. And one more foul by the Pilots it's going to put Tougaloo in the bonus, and Tougaloo's going to get a chance to shoot. With Tougaloo having a 1-point lead at the 4:02 mark, you don't really want to commit too many fouls and give them any charity stripe opportunities, especially since they've been giving them to you. So the Pilots' defense is trying to collapse and force Tougaloo into some bad shooting percentages. But Tougaloo is able to maintain the ball and get a decent shot. That shot was made by Tonto Handy. So as Kelvin Henry Jr. brings the ball up court, he's going to call his play. He's got a couple players moving. He gives the ball to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett gets a pick, but he is manned very well by Tougaloo. He does get his shot off. It is not going to go. He was asking for a foul. The referee shakes his head no, and the game continues. Tougaloo sets up for a long three. This one is not going to go. Kelvin Henry Jr. with the rebound. He's going to pass it up to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman sees a lane. He tries to drive and take a shot, but the shot is blocked from him. Nate Levine gets a steal, but Tougaloo is going to be able to keep possession. And Kelvin Henry Jr. is going to get called with a block as he was just standing still. I don't really understand that. He went to block the shooting lane and stand to get a charge. and he's going to get called with a block for that. It should have been maybe another call, but I'm not a referee. The first shot is not going to fall for Tougaloo, so they're not able to extend their lead anymore. Shav Murray's going to come in the game for Kelvin Henry Jr. I believe Kelvin Henry Jr.'s got 3 fouls already. The second shot is not going to go, but Jeff Garrett's going to tip the rebound out to Tougaloo, and they are going to make a 3 off of that. 2 points. So the score 45-39. The Pilots are trailing Tougaloo, and they've got away from what's worked for them the entire game. Nate Levine with a 3. It is going to go. So we are back down to a 3-point ball game with 2:20 to go. 45-42. Tougaloo is leading. As Tougaloo's been driving the lane very well, forcing pressure. Tim Coleman with the steal. He's going to drive the lane, or drive down the court. He's going to pass to Shav Murray, who does get the layup. 45-44, 1:57 to go in the first period. And the Pilots are in this. I mean, for a team that's tired, you can't tell they've played 3 games in the last 4 days. You really can't. They don't look like it. And Ahmad Wainwright's going to get called for the foul as he jumps a little before the Tougaloo player, and he's going to put Devontae Porter on the line. Devontae Porter on the year is a 55% free throw shooter. So now both teams are in the bonus. Any foul on either team is going to put the opposite team on the line and give a chance for a charity stripe. So the first shot is not going to go. Continue this at a 1-point ball game. Here comes the second shot. It also is not going to go. Jeff Garrett does secure the rebound this time. He kicks it over to Tim Coleman. We're at 1:40 and counting in this first period, 45-44. Tougaloo is leading. The Bulldogs have given the Pilots a ride for their lives. Ahmad Wainwright has the ball. He kicks it over to Shav Murray. Shav Murray looked like he was going to give it to Jeff Garrett, but he passes it under to Tim Coleman instead with the easy layup for Tim Coleman. 46-45. Pilots now have the lead again. The lead is just changing back and forth between both of these teams in the last few minutes. The Bulldogs have been trying to build whenever they get a lead, but they can't do it. The Pilots are hanging right with them and playing as best as they can. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound off the missed layup. He's going to bring the ball up court himself. He is manned pretty tightly. He's going to pass it over to Nate Levine. Nate Levine is going to give it to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett holds it, gives it to Nate Levine. There's 38 seconds to go in this first period. Nate Levine's going to take a long 3. It's going to get missed, but rebounded by Jeff Garrett. He's going to kick it out to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to take the 3. It's not going to go. And Shav Murray's going to get called for over the back. That's Shav Murray's second foul. The referee calls 1-1 for the shots. Fouls are 9-10. Both teams have been just fouling away. Looks like Shav Murray's going to come off and give to Josh Stamps. We could really use Josh Stamps to get hot from behind the arc. Here comes the first shot from Tougaloo. Is not going to go. Jeff Garrett is going to get out-rebounded. And Tougaloo is going to build to a 1-point lead. 21 seconds to go in this ballgame. Tim Coleman's bringing it up court. There is no shot clock, so they can pretty much take the entire game clock. Tim Coleman loses possession and gives the ball over to Tougaloo. With 13 seconds to go, this is plenty of time for Tougaloo to build on their lead. Here comes a 3 from Tougaloo. Jeff Garrett gets the rebound. He's able to take the ball away. Nate Levine with the three. It is going to go and count. The Pilots take a 2-point lead with no time left on the clock. What a clutch shot. Now, I want to go over some stats with you when the live stats actually update and give me the actual live stats. But I also want to remind everybody to come celebrate your team before and after the game at Johnny's Pizza House. They've got your pizza going all the way to the edge. They've got breadsticks, Johnny Slips, cheese sticks, muffalettos with chips, and a side of sweet cinnamon sticks. Or peach pudding pie ready to take on your hunger. That's Johnny's Pizza House. A proud sponsor of your Pilots each and every week here on the LSUS Sports Network. So as we're looking at these live stats, Jeff Garrett in this first half of play already has a double-double with 19 points, 14 rebounds. He is a rebounding machine. I can hear the Tougaloo coach behind me. He is not happy with his players the way they've been playing. Tougaloo is shooting 52% from the floor. That is unreal from the floor. Well, the Pilots are shooting 45% from the floor. From the three-point line, the Pilots are shooting 18%, an abysmal 18%. I would not continue to shoot that shot if I was them. Oh, excuse me. Stats just updated. 23%. I still wouldn't recommend that shot. That's not even 1 of 4 going in. Where Tougaloo is shooting 41% from 3. Free throws, 84% for the Pilots, 50 for Tougaloo. Rebounds are pretty even, 24-21 in favor of the Pilots. Points in the paint are 24 apiece. Bench points are 4 for the Pilots, 2 for Tougaloo. I mean, this is a pretty even game on all aspects. The Pilots have 2 players in double digits, Tim Coleman and Jeff Garrett. Tim Coleman has 17, Jeff Garrett has 19. Tougaloo has 3 players in double digits, Corey Davis, Ladarius Woods, and Tonzel Handy. So with this first half being, it wrapped in the books, 49-47 in favor of the Pilots. I'm going to take a few-minute break myself. If you keep watching, we'll be back shortly, and we'll get this game wrapped up and see who's going to pull out the victory. My name's Ryan Hill, and you're tuning into the LSUS Sports Network. maintain a certain GPA for so long, you get Pell Grants. Welcome back to the second half here at the Dock, where your Pilots are leading the Tougaloo Bulldogs 49-47 on a very, very late. I can't even say very late. It was a buzzer-beating three by Nate Levine. The lead has changed back and forth between both of the teams. I could hear. I wouldn't subject you guys to it, but Tougaloo's coach was not happy with the pace of play by his team early in this game. Jeff Garrett's shot does not fall. He's fighting for the rebound. It's going to go out, and it looks like that's going to be a Tougaloo ball. Nice effort by Jeff Garrett. And this Pilot team isn't playing like they've played 4 games in the last 3 days. It's really impressive the pace of play they have right now. Tougaloo has shot very well from the three. Josh Stamps is going to intercept the pass, but Tougaloo is going to be able to maintain possession. Tougaloo has it's an offensive foul. 25 for the hook on Nate Levine. And the coach from Tougaloo is just livid. He is not getting any calls that he wants. Coach Blankenship is pretty livid. He hasn't got a call that he's really wanted. So both of the coaches are not happy with the refereeing in this game, but the score sets 49-47. Josh Stamps has a ball. He's going to get called for a travel. That was a pretty blatant travel. So Tougaloo is now going to get the ball. Devontae Parker is going to give way to Sabron Carter. Tougaloo has the ball. They're trying to put it into the paint. They do get it, and they're going to even up the score 49-all. 19:07 to go in the second period. Jeff Garrett has the ball. He's going to pass it over to Nate Levine. He's going to set up a pick. Nate Levine's going to drive the lane. He kicks it out to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright thought about the three, but now he is going to take it. He does make it. What a three for Ahmad Wainwright. What a time for him to get into this game like that. So Tougaloo is going to throw it up court as quick as they can, but then slow down possession and move it around from left to right. And they're going to take the three, and it is going to go for Tougaloo. That is number 11, Ladarius Woods. So the score is evened all, 52-52. Tim Coleman's going to drive right by his defender and get an easy layup. It was uncontested, 54-52, 18:27 to go. This is a fun ball game. Here comes a three from Tougaloo, and it is going to fall. Tougaloo is going to take their first lead of the second half. As I said earlier, Tougaloo was shooting lights out from behind the arc. Tim Coleman has the ball. He was driving the lane, but there was no room for him. He gets the ball stolen as he goes up, and then his second attempt gets blocked. Coach Blankenship was asking for the foul, but he's not going to get it. So Tougaloo has the ball. They're going to kick it under the rim. Now they're going to pass it out for the three, and it's going to fall. Tougaloo has made 6 straight points after the Pilots got off to a hot start. Now Tougaloo has a 4-point lead. And again, Tougaloo just keeps up their lights out shooting, and that's going to be a foul on number 12 for Tougaloo. Afternoon Parker. That's his second foul. He's going to give way to Stanley Williams. And several of the Tougaloo players have to be careful because they're already sitting on 2 and 3 fouls apiece. And here in college basketball, 5 fouls and you're out. Jeff Garrett's going to set up a pick for Tim Coleman. He's going to take a long three. It is not going to go. Ahmad Wainwright gets the initial hand on it, but Tougaloo's able to come up with a rebound. Tougaloo's going to fake the three. They're going to look like they're going to, oh no, they pass it around. They're going to take the next three. It is not going to go. It bounces off the rim and a wire above it. It does fall, but it does not count. That infamous wire that was, the last 2 games has bugged both opposing teams has come to strike again against Tougaloo. And the Pilots can't really complain about that because otherwise that was a good shot. Tim Coleman's going to pass it to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett's going to pass it to Josh Stamps. He's going to take the three. It is not going to go. Josh Stamps has been cold as ice tonight from behind the arc, and that is unlike him. So Tougaloo's going to pass the ball from the right side to the left side. They're going to move it around, and they're just going to keep pushing this Pilot team and forcing them to stay on their heels. Tougaloo's going to drive the lane, but the layup's not going to go. Tim Coleman gets the ball. He's going to pass it out to Jeff Garrett, who's going to take the three. It is not going to go. Josh Stamps with the rebound. He does get the layup. And the Tougaloo coach is screaming for a foul after a foul after a foul. They are leading 58-56 with 16:29 to go in this ball game. Tougaloo is going to pull up a two. It is not going to go. Josh Stamps does get the rebound. He's going to pass it up to Ahmad Wainwright. He's going to bring it up himself. He does set up and take another three. It is not going to go. So Tougaloo gets the rebound, and they're going to come flying up the court. It looked like they were looking for an easy opportunity. So now Tougaloo is going to move the ball around left to right, drive the lane. It is blocked by Ahmad Wainwright. Jeff Garrett got the block. Now Ahmad Wainwright's going to bring the ball up. He's going to pass it to Josh Stamps, and the ball gets stolen from Josh Stamps. Cannot afford to keep giving turnovers to Tougaloo and giving them opportunities to build on the lead that they have already. So Nate Levine forced the Tougaloo player to pull up his possession. Jeff Garrett gets the steal on the cross pass. He's going to give it over to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright's going to bring it up himself. He's going to give it over to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett faked the three, and then he's going to drive the lane and get the 2 points and the chance for an and one. The score is tied 58-all. Jeff Garrett's going to have the opportunity to get the Pilots their first overtake, or excuse me, the 60-58. I spoke too soon. And the foul was on. I did not see who the foul was on. It was his third foul. I will get back to you with that. So Jeff Garrett does make a shot. The score is 61-50. It looked like the foul was on number 23, Sabron Carter. I mean, he does give way out. So Tougaloo now, after scoring 6 quick points off of 2 3-pointers, they're going to take another one, and it is going to fall. Number 11, Ladarius Woods, is just on fire from behind the arc. I mean, at this point, his coach has got to give him the green light to shoot everything he wants from behind the arc. The Pilots are trailing 63-59. Nate Levine has the ball. He's going to drive the lane and get the layup. Score is 61-61, tie ball game. The scorer's table just keeps changing the score on me. I would give you an up-to-date score if I knew it. Josh Stamps is going to get the steal. Jeff Garrett has the ball, and we're going to get a jump ball, and Tougaloo has the possession row, so they're going to keep the ball. Kelvin Henry Jr. is coming back on the court, and he's going to give Nate Levine a break. We could really use Nate Levine and Josh Stamps to get really hot from behind the arc right now. They typically shoot very well. Tonight they have not. So the Tougaloo coach is still pleading with the referee for a call, and I can't imagine the referees are going to take this too much longer before they start calling a technical or any type of warning on the coach. So after we clean up a little water on the court, we're going to pick up possession, and here we go again. Tougaloo gets the ball. Here comes the inbound. Tougaloo is going to quickly swing it from right to left, and they're going to swing it back from left to right. The rebound is by Jeff Garrett. He takes the tip out. He passes it over to Josh Stamps. Josh Stamps is going to drive the lane, and the ball is going to be blocked off the backboard by Tougaloo. And their forward pass is going to go out, and that's going to be ball for the Pilots. They are lucky that was not a goaltending because the ball had already hit the backboard. So Ahmad Wainwright's going to inbound the ball to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to bring it up himself. Score all knotted at 61. This is a very tight ball game. Neither team can really dominate themselves or establish themselves as the leading team. And that is going to be a foul on number 5, it looks like. No, they're going to call it on number 11, Ladarius Woods. That's his first foul of the game. And that's going to put Tim Coleman at the line to shoot 2. Coleman is a 75% free throw shooter. His first shot is going to go. Here comes Tim Coleman's second free throw. And the Pilots do take their first lead in a while, should I say. His second shot does go, so it's a 2-point or 1-point ball game. 62-61. 63-61. Our score table again is updating late on me. So Tougaloo's going to drive the lane, and they're going to miss the first shot. They're going to get the rebound and put the second shot in. As Ahmad Wainwright brings the ball up, he's going to give it over to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to pass it over to Jeff Garrett. He fakes the three. He's going to leave it for Josh Stamps. Josh Stamps looked like he was going to drive the lane, but he pulls back up and takes a long two. It's not going to go. Kelvin Henry Jr. looked like he had the initial rebound, but Tougaloo took it away from him and tried to save it, and it goes out. Again, the score is all knotted up again at 63. The Pilots have 30 seconds to go on the shot clock. Jeff Garrett's going to get the ball off the inbound. He's going to give it over to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman fakes the initial shot, and then he's going to drive the lane. He does get the shot blocked. And Tougaloo's going to drive it under and get an and one opportunity for number 25, Datavian Porter. Foul is going to be on number 12, Kelvin Henry Jr. He cannot get into this ball game at all. He is struggling tonight. Looks like Shav Murray's going to come back in the game. And he is going to get the and one opportunity and swing this to a three-point ball game, 66-63. With 13:20 to go in this ball game. Tim Coleman's going to get the inbound, and he's going to slowly bring it up himself. Jeff Garrett's right beside him. He's a little winded. They have played 4 games in 5 days. So Tim Coleman's going to bring around Jeff Garrett and Shav Murray. He's going to pass it over to Shav Murray. Shav Murray's going to give it under to Jeff Garrett, who's going to spin, bring it to the lane, and get it taken from him. He's going to get fouled before he pulls it up, and the foul's on number 11, Ladarius Wood. That's his second foul in as many minutes. And the Tougaloo coach is screaming for the travel. Tougaloo's at 5 fouls. They're getting close to the bonus mark. Josh Stamps' three-point shot is not going to go. It's going to be rebounded by Shav Murray. He's going to kick it out to Ahmad Wainwright. He's going to pass it under to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett's going to pump fake his first shot and then drive the lane. He's going to pass it out to Shav Murray. He's going to pass it over to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman pass to Shav Murray is going to be intercepted. And the and one opportunity is not going to have 3 points. It's going to be a 2-point shot from the line. Shav Murray is going to get called with the foul, and it looks like Kelvin Henry Jr. is coming back in the game. So Tougaloo is going to get a chance to build on their 3-point lead, possibly make it a 5-point lead if they make both of these shots. The first one is not going to go by Ladarius Wood. Here comes the second shot. It does fall. Jeff Garrett's going to inbound it to Kelvin Henry Jr., who's pretty much guarded the entire way down the court. He's going to give it to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright's going to pass it to Shav Murray, who pulls up, takes a three himself. It is not going to go. Tougaloo's going to get the rebound and a chance to, again, build on the lead that they're now providing. Here comes a three-point by Tougaloo. It is not going to fall, but Tougaloo gets a rebound, and they're going to bring it all the way out. That's Tonzel Handy with the rebound. Here comes a fadeaway by Tougaloo. It's not going to go. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound. He's going to bring it up himself. He's just adding to his rebound stats for the night. Jeff Garrett lost possession as he was dribbling right there. He drives the lane and gets fouled. He's going to get a chance to shoot two. He shot fouls on number 5. That is Tonzel Handy. That's his second foul. So we need these charity stripe points. That's what got the Pilots into it at the end of the second half, or the first half earlier in the game. Jeff Garrett's first shot is not going to go. He cannot afford to waste these opportunities. Number 5 just got called with a technical. I don't know for what. It's Tonzo Handy with a technical. It's going to put Kelvin Henry Jr. at the line. He had to say something the referee did not like, because otherwise the referee wouldn't call that. First shot by Kelvin Henry Jr. is not going to go. The Pilots are just wasting opportunities to put points on the board right now. You could see the frustration in Coach Blankenship's face as the Pilots miss shot after shot after shot. The second shot is going to go. So after making the second shot, Jeff Garrett's going to get to come back to the line and shoot his second free throw for a string of 4 straight free throws in seconds by the Pilots. They have a 3-point lead as we speak. Or the Tougaloo has a 3-point lead as we speak. Excuse me. Jeff Garrett's second shot does fall, so it makes it down to a 2-point lead. And Tougaloo is caught reeling after the technical and foul by the same player, number 5, Tonzo Handy. So the Pilots are stepping up and playing some tight defense high. Tougaloo is forced to take some long twos, and they're continuously making them. This is still a 4-point ball game by Tougaloo, 69-65. With 11:16 to go in the ball game. Kelvin Henry Jr. has the ball near half court. He is being pressed hard. He gives the ball over to Shad Murray. Shad Murray's going to drive the lane. He tried to pass it, but it was intercepted by Tougaloo. And Tougaloo, again, is going to get a chance to build on this lead. And Tougaloo's quickly moving the ball around, and that's going to be a charge by number 5, Tonzo Handy again. He is really out of this game right now. That is his 4th foul. One more, and he's out of the ball game permanently. And Tougaloo cannot afford that. So they're going to sub him out, and he's going to give way to Mitchell Stribling. So the Pilots are now going to get a chance to cut into this deficit. They've got to make the most of these opportunities. They've had a rough time at this earlier. Kelvin Henry Jr. charges a lane. He went to pass it, but it was knocked out of his hand. Josh Stamps gets the ball and passes it under to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett passes to Kelvin Henry Jr., and Kelvin Henry Jr. is able to make the shot, cut this to a 2-point ball game. So Tougaloo's got the ball. They're bringing it down the left side of the court. And they make the easy layup. Tougaloo is just giving the Pilots everything. You can see the Pilots are just as winded as can be. And Coach Blankenship is not subbing a lot of his players right now. Kelvin Henry Jr. drives the lane and gets a 2 points. It's a good time for him to get into this game. He's been out of it, most of it. Tougaloo pulled up like they were going to take the 3, but decided to take the 2. And they get the 2 points. And that was DeMichael Stribling with a 2-point shot. Kelvin Henry Jr. looked like he was going to charge the lane again, but Tougaloo pulled up and didn't give him the opportunity. And his pass to Ahmad Wainwright's going to go out of bounds, and Tougaloo is going to get a chance again to build on their lead. So Tougaloo now drives the lane, and it is wide open, but the shot does not go. Jeff Garrett gets a rebound. He's going to pass it over to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman was really hot earlier, and it looks like he's going to drive the lane, and he's going to trip and fall, and it's going to go out. He does not get a call. Earlier in the game, Tim Coleman was getting those calls, and the referees, I guess, have put their whistles up and are going to let the teams play. So Tougaloo now, with relatively fresh legs, are going to keep pressing the Pilots as Ahmad Wainwright just completely blocks number 25, Datavian Porter's shot. It looked like he was going to have an easy layup, and Ahmad Wainwright completely stuffed it, and it went out of bounds, and that's going to be Tougaloo ball with 29 seconds to go on the shot clock. Coach Blankenship cannot do anything to match what Tougaloo's doing. It's going to be a dead ball foul by Jeff Garrett. That's his first foul of the game. So Tougaloo again is going to try to inbound the ball. Kelvin Henry Jr. gets the steal. He's going to give it to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright is fouled by number 11, Ladarius Woods. I believe that's his third foul, and it's all in this half. We've got quite a few Tougaloo players in double digits, and that are making the Pilots pay for everything they do that's not correct, like that, the missed free throw. So Tougaloo now has the ball. They're going to bring it up court. They're looking for any type of passing option. Here comes a long two-point shot by Tougaloo, and it is going to fall. Tougaloo cannot miss tonight. They are shooting lights out and making the Pilots pay for everything. Jeff Garrett has the ball. He looks like he's going to drive the lane, and he's going to get called for a charge. It looked like Tougaloo sold that more than he calls the foul, but the referee called it, not me. Tougaloo has two players at 20-plus points. Here comes a three by Tougaloo. It is not going to go. Jeff Garrett looked like he was going to get the rebound, but it goes out on Tougaloo. So with 8:19 to go, the Pilots are trailing 69-75. And we need some Pilots to step up and start making some buckets because they have not been doing it in the last few minutes. Tougaloo has completely just shut them out. And you can see the game travels in both teams' favor. Here comes Josh Stamps with a three. It is going to fall. Perfect time for Josh Stamps to make a three to bring this to a two-point ball game. The score being 75-72. I want to remind everybody to come celebrate your team before and after the game at Johnny's Pizza House. They've got your pizza loaded all the way to the edge. Breadsticks, Johnny Slips, cheese sticks, muffled lettuce with chips, and a side of sweet cinnamon sticks or peach pudding pie ready to take on your hunger. That's Johnny's Pizza House, a proud sponsor of your Pilots each and every week here on the LSUS Sports Network. So as we're looking at it, your point leader and rebound leader for the Pilots is Jeff Garrett with 23 points, 22 rebounds. He has almost as many rebounds as he does points. Your assist leader right now is Nate Levine with 2 points, and he hasn't really been in the game, or 2 assists, and he hasn't been in the game in a hot minute. Tim Coleman has 21 points, and Nate Levine has 11 points. Everything else for the Pilots has really been negotiable. Corey Davis has 24 points for the Bulldogs, whereas Ladarius Woods has 20 points, and Tonzel Handy has 14 points. This has definitely been a tightly contested ball game by both sides. So one team will pull away and then relax and start to lose their lead, and then it'll change back and forth. So Tougaloo has the ball. They're moving it from left to right, trying to find an open shot on the Pilots. They're going to drive the lane, and the first shot's not going to go, but the rebound does go. DeMichael Strickland with the putback. So you have Tim Coleman. He's going to bring the ball up. He passes over to Josh Stamp. Josh Stamp takes another three. This one is not going to go. Kelvin Henry Jr. gets the rebound and the putback to bring it back to a three-point ball game, 77-74, with 7:26 to go in the ball game. Tougaloo, the referee blows it out on Tougaloo. You have the entire Tougaloo bench jump up, and they're yelling and fussing, and they're wanting the referee to call that the other way. They were not happy. So it looks like Shav Murray is going to give Jeff Garrett a much-needed break. He has been the workhorse of this Pilot team, and I think this is a much-needed break. I don't know if he's came off the court yet. Maybe once early in the first period. So 7-12 and counting down. The Pilots are in a deficit of 3 points. 77-74. Shav Murray has the ball. He's going to pass it over to Kelvin Henry Jr. Kelvin Henry Jr. is going to move a couple people to the place he wants him to go. He's going to drive the lane, take a short two that is not going to go, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Shav Murray. That is his fourth foul of the game. He has to be extremely careful now. One more foul, and he's out. So both teams now have somebody in foul trouble. So Tougaloo moving the ball from left to right, trying to build their lead. And see if they can really bury the Pilots. And they do. They make the three. That was Stanley Williams with a three. We are now at a 6-point ball game. Tim Coleman has the ball. He's going to drive the lane. His shot does not go. All the Pilots were boxed out by Tougaloo. They've been doing well to make the Pilots pay. And Tougaloo is going to drive down and get a slam, and their entire bench comes up yelling. Jeff Garrett's coming back into the game. He steps out, and Tougaloo gets a swing of about 4 or 5 points instantly. So Tim Coleman now picks up the ball, 6:13 to go. The Pilots are almost trailing by double digits. Jeff Garrett has the ball. He's right at the three-point arc. He drives the lane. His first shot doesn't go. He gets his own rebound. He gives it over to Ahmad Wainwright, whose three does not go. Tougaloo secures a rebound. As a team, Tougaloo's been rebounding greatly tonight. And they've been outbeating pretty much all of the Pilots all across the board. I would say with the exception of Jeff Garrett. So Tougaloo's now slowing up possession. They're going to start burning the clock with 5:36 to go in this ball game. And it looks like Kelvin Henry Jr. is going to get called with a foul. And that's his fourth foul. Nate Levine's going to come back in the ball game. That's his first playing time in quite a few minutes. Here comes the inbound, and Tougaloo is going to swing it around from left to right. The three is not going to go. Ahmad Wainwright gets the rebound off the three. He's going to drive it coast to coast. And that's going to be a blocking on Tougaloo. They have not been able to get that charge all night, and the block is on number 1, Stanley Williams. And that's the 10th team foul for Tougaloo, which is going to put Ahmad Wainwright on the line and give him a chance to shrink the deficit by 2. On the year, Ahmad Wainwright, his first shot goes in, is a 66% free throw shooter. Here comes his second shot. It is not going to go. So Tougaloo secures possession with a 7-point lead late in this second half of the ballgame. And they're going to slowly move it around and look for any type of scoring option. And it looks like Tim Coleman's going to get called with a reach-in foul right there as he got a little bit of the player. He got just a little bit of the player. And it was just enough for the ref to see it, and that puts Tougaloo in the bonus, and they're going to go to the line shooting. So Datavian Porter is going to go to the line and get a chance to put this back to a 7-point ball game. He misses his first shot, and Ahmad Wainwright secures the rebound. He pulls up, takes the shot, and it is going to fall. Nice shot by Ahmad Wainwright. We definitely need him to get into this game. We need Josh Stamps to get in this game and Nate Levine to get into this game. Jeff Garrett has been the soul blood of the team today. And this has been at times a really tight ball game, and at times it's just been a really wide open ball game with one team pouring it on the other. Right now, the Pilots are not in the favor of the pouring it on. they're getting beat 82-77, 4:54 to go in this ball game. And the Pilots have a full timeout. They're going to try to regroup and probably build on what they've been doing. We've got quite a few Tougaloo players in foul trouble. So here comes the inbound by Tougaloo, and it looks like the Pilots are going to step up and start playing a full court press again. Or about as tightly as they can play a full court press. You got the coach from Tougaloo coaching some players, moving them around. Tim Coleman's guarding the Tougaloo player near half court as Tougaloo is just trying to burn the clock and eat the shot clock. As one Tougaloo player runs into the other, it's going to cause them to pull up possession, and they're going to be able to secure a short rebound and take a short two-point shot. Ahmad Wainwright has the ball at the three-point arc. He's going to pass it over to Jeff Garrett, who gives it up to Nate Levine. Nate Levine's going to pass it over to Josh Stamps. Josh Stamps is going to pull up a three that is going to go. Nice shot, Josh Stamps, 84-80 with 4 minutes to go. Josh Stamps' 6 points in the last few minutes have kept the Pilots in this ball game. Ahmad Wainwright secures a rebound off of the missed layup by Tougaloo, and that's going to be a charge on Jeff Garrett. And it looks like Tougaloo is going to bring back in the player that already has a technical and 4 fouls, which is a brave move this late in the ball game. So Tougaloo is going to slowly bring the ball up court. The passes are not as sharp as they were earlier, but they're still being able to maintain their possession and their lead. Here comes a long three by Tougaloo, and it is going to fall. That three is by DeMitchell Stribling. I have to say, Tougaloo must be shooting 50 or 60% from the three-point arc tonight. A nice short layup for Ahmad Wainwright. Tougaloo is shooting 50% from the three-point arc tonight. Nate Levine went in for the steal, and it looks like he's going to get called for the foul. And that's his first foul of the game. So Tougaloo again is in the bonus, so they're going to get to shoot. And the first shot's missed. Jeff Garrett's going to get the rebound. He's going to pass it over to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright's going to pass it up to Tim Coleman, and it goes off a Tougaloo player. It was intended for Nate Levine, but it's going to go out and give the Pilots another shot at this. They're going to pass it back. Nate Levine's going to pass it to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to bring it around the arc. He's going to pass it over to Josh Stamps. Josh Stamps is going to pull up for a long three, and it is going to fall. Again, Josh Stamps is coming in big for the Pilots at the end of this ball game. 85-87. Tougaloo is leading. And it looks like Nate Levine reached in and grabbed. Oh, no, they're going to call it on Josh Stamps for the foul. Both teams are now at 10 fouls apiece. Score is 87-85. And the first free throw is going to go in. And Nate Levine's going to come off again. He wasn't really able to get into this ball game either. I imagine, the legs and all these players are just spent. The second shot is also going to go. Back to a 4-point ball game. Jeff Garrett's going to inbound it to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to slowly bring it up court. He doesn't really have time to waste a lot of time in this ball game. He gives it over to Shav Murray. Shav Murray is going to pass it to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett is going to drive the lane, and he's going to get the foul as he's driving the lane. The foul's going to be on number 3, DeMichael Stribling. And that's his 4th foul as well. So now the the Bulldogs have 2 players on the court right now with 4 fouls. At least 2 players with 4 fouls. And that is a dangerous situation. Jeff Garrett's first shot goes in to shrink this to a 3-point lead. Here comes Jeff Garrett's second shot, and it is also going to go. And we're down to a 2-point lead, 2:26 to go, 89-87. It looked like that could have been, oh, what a strip by the Pilots. Ahmad Wainwright comes up with the ball after the strip. Tim Coleman's calling for it on the far side of the court. He's going to get possession, and he's going to slowly back it up to midcourt. 2 minutes even. Jeff Garrett's going to get it after the attempted steal. He's going to drive the lane and get the 2 points. We are tied 89. 1:59 to go in this ball game. The Pilots are into this. Tougaloo is kind of cooled off, and this could be a dangerous swing for Tougaloo. Tonzel Handy has the ball. He drives the lane. He does not get the shot. Ahmad Wainwright comes up with the rebound. He's going to pass it over to Tim Coleman. Again, we're at 138 and counting. Scores 89 all. Tim Coleman has the ball. Looks like he's driving the lane, but he's going to bring it back out himself. And that is going to be a foul on number 1, Stanley Williams. That's his 4th foul. That's the 3rd player on the court right now with 4 fouls. So 1:28 to go, 89-89. Both teams are in the bonus. Tim Coleman has a chance to at least give the Pilots a 1-point, if not 2-point lead. His first shot does fall. What a shot by Tim Coleman in a clutch moment. Here comes his second shot. And it also falls. 91-89. Tougaloo inbounds the ball, and they're going to start bringing the ball up court. They've got to get back into this ball game if they want to have a chance. Here comes a 3 by Tougaloo. It does not go. Jeff Garrett secures a rebound. He passes it over to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to slow this game down and give the Pilots a chance to continue to build on this 2-point lead and possibly grow it to a 4 or 5-point lead and force Tougaloo to take bad shots. Jeff Stamps with the 3. It's not going to go. Tougaloo gets a rebound. They had a couple players ahead of the Pilots. Tonzel Hardy falls and hits his head on the floor. They wanted a foul right there, but there was nothing to give. Tonzel Handy went right through 2 Pilots, laid it up, and it looked like he was untouched as it continued to fall to the ground. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of fans that are really letting the refs have it right now. So as we watch, Tonzel Handy gets up and he walks off the court. He's being helped by the Pilots trainer, and he was clapped off the court by both sides. We commend the sportsmanship by both teams. So 91-91, 55 seconds to go in this ball game. Tim Coleman has the ball. He's going to bring it up as slowly as he can and eat up all 26 seconds left on the shot clock. He gives it over to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett misses his layup. Tougaloo secures a rebound, and they're going to have a chance to take the lead with 35 seconds to go in this ball game. They're going to get to eat up a lot of the shot clock. Tougaloo's coach takes a timeout. As both of these teams are heated, the fans are heated. This is getting to become kind of a testy ball game on all sides. Jeff Garrett rushed his shot where he had a chance to take the lead for the Pilots. He kind of rushed his shot and took an off-balance, kind of an ugly shot, and did not go in. Tougaloo was able to capitalize and get the rebound, and they're going to have probably 2 possessions, really good possessions left in this ballgame to take the lead or win. For either squad, Tougaloo's coach is coaching them up, moving some, putting some players where he wants them. And it looks like Tonzel Handy's back down on the ground. He's got Art, the Pilot trainer, and Tougaloo trainer helping him right now. We can only hope for the best for him. So here we go after the timeout. 31.6 seconds to go. 91 all. A reminder, a foul by either team puts the other team on the line and really makes this ball game quite interesting. Tougaloo's going to inbound the ball back. Again, we're going to have a few seconds left on the shot clock, or on the game clock after this shot clock expires, whether either team makes a shot. Here comes Tougaloo. They're slowly. They do get the layup. 12.8 on the shot clock. The inbound's quick to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to bring it up court. He gives it to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett is going to drive the lane, and he's going to get called for a block. Jeff Garrett's going to have 2 chances at the line to even this ball game up with 5.3 to go. And the foul was on number 15, Corey Davis. That's only his second foul, and he's slow getting up. This is turning into quite a ball game. I mean, the weight of the shoulders, the weight on Jeff Garrett's shoulders have to be a ton, knowing that if he misses either one of these, this is a ball game. This ball game's over. Tougaloo's going to win. Here comes the first shot by Jeff Garrett, and it's in. 92-93. Here comes the second shot by Jeff Garrett. It's in. We're tied at 93. The Pilots are going to take a timeout. Now, Tougaloo's got 5.3 seconds to move it all the way up court. This is exciting basketball. I mean, really exciting basketball. 5.3 to go, 93-93. Either a foul by either side is going to put the opposing team on the line and make this game really interesting. Now, from the line, the Pilots are 77% tonight, where Tougaloo's only 52%. Tougaloo's 10 for 19 from the charity stripe. So it looks like, if the Pilots wanted to put Tougaloo in danger, or, on the line, it might be beneficial for the Pilots, although I don't, I wouldn't want to wind up putting the game to that. So we have several fans getting up, enjoying the music that's going on right now. Kind of add to the intrigue of this ball game. So here it comes. Comes down to this. 5.3 left to go in this ball game. 93 all. Here comes the inbound by Tougaloo. Here comes a long three by Tougaloo. It's not going to go in, and we are tied. Looks like we're going to have an overtime. 93-93. Now, as a reminder, if we go into overtime, Tougaloo has a slew of players that are in foul trouble, and it's all their players that are scoring all their points. So the Tougaloo coach, Coach Billups, has got to be cautious with who he puts on the court and plays. It looks like we're going to have a 5-minute overtime period. Let's just look at the live stats. Tougaloo has 3 players all in foul trouble, with another 2 right in foul trouble. So I'm going to take a short break from the mic to get some water, and I'll be back shortly when this overtime period starts. Welcome back to the dock as we are in our overtime 5-minute period, 93-93, Tougaloo Bulldogs, LSU Pilots. This is interesting. Here comes the overtime tip. It's going to go to Tougaloo. They're going to drive it down court and get the first bucket of overtime. So Tim Coleman's got the ball, and he's going to move it slowly up court himself. I don't imagine there's going to be too many crazy possessions here in overtime. Jeff Garrett pulls up his dribble, gives it over to Josh Stamps. Josh Stamps looked like he was going to go around one player. He pulls up his dribble. He goes to Tim Coleman, who is fouled by number 11, Ladarius Woods, and that is his fourth foul, if I'm correct. So Ladarius Woods is now in foul trouble. And that makes almost the entire starting roster of Tougaloo right now in foul trouble. Tim Coleman's first shot goes in. Here we go. We have a chance to tie it up. Here comes the second shot. It does not go, so 94-95, 4:32 to go in this ballgame. The Pilots are trailing Tougaloo. Tougaloo's going to bring it up court as quickly as they can. Tougaloo is driving a lane. Here comes a short two by Tougaloo, and it's going to go in. They've got a 3-point lead, 97-94. This has been a tight ball game. It seems like the beginning of every quarter or period, Tougaloo gets into it, and the end of it, the Pilots get into it. Jeff Garrett now has the ball. And it's stolen by Tougaloo. Shav Murray is back. And he is going to foul the Tougaloo player and put him on the line. And I believe Shav Murray is now out of the game. So it looks like Kelvin Henry Jr. is going to come up for Shav Murray. And that's going to be a huge loss. Shav Murray's defense provided a big stop against Tougaloo. The first shot by Datavian Porter is not going to go, so it's still a 3-point lead. Here comes the second shot. It is going to go. So the inbound's going to go to Josh Stamps. He's going to give it up to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to bring the ball slowly up court himself. Jeff Garrett's going to set up a pick for him. Josh Stamps looked like he walked right in between the pick and Tim Coleman. The ball is stolen from Josh Stamps. And 3:34 to go in this overtime period. There's a 4-point lead by Tougaloo. The Pilots were asking for a jump ball, but the ref said Tougaloo's player had his arm wrapped around the ball. This has definitely been a interesting ball game by any way, shape, and form. I don't know how much more neither one of these teams have. I mean, I know Tougaloo's probably has fresher legs than the Pilots. The Pilots, this is their fourth game in 4 or 5 days. They have to be tired in feeling this right now. They're going to get a well-deserved break after today. So here comes Tougaloo. They look like they're pressing down low. They're going to take a short two-point shot. Is not going to go. Jeff Garrett does get the rebound. He's going to pass it up to Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman started to drive the lane. The shot does fall. That is has a chance for a three-point swing and to turn this into a one-point game. And that's number 1, Stanley William. That's his 5th foul. And you have the Tougaloo coach, Coach Billups, is just yelling travel, just yelling it as loud as he can. So Tougaloo's having to bring on number 10, Sean Atwater. I haven't seen his name at all tonight, so he's getting some fresh playing time. His shot does not go. That's going to be a lane violation on number 25, Datavian Porter. These fans are giving it to the referees. They are not happy with what the referees are calling. This shot is going to go in. So it's a one-point ball game, 3:11 to go. Tim Coleman is playing a heck of a ball game. So is Jeff Garrett. This entire Pilots team is playing their hearts out. The Tougaloo coach is coaching some of his players, telling them to move around, and that ball is going to go off of Ahmad Wainwright and give Tougaloo a chance to, 10 more seconds on the shot clock and try to put something in the board or put points on the board. Here comes the inbound by Tougaloo. Shot clock is counting down as Tougaloo is still moving the ball around. They're going to bring it under the basket and get an easy 2 points. Here comes the inbound. It's going to go to Ahmad Wainwright. He's going to give it over to Tim Coleman. It's 100-97, a 3-point ball game. Jeff Garrett sets up the pick for Tim Coleman, who drives the lane. His shot does not go. Tougaloo gets the rebound. And that ball is going to go out. And Tougaloo just gives up possession right back to the Pilots. 2:18 to go. 3-point ball game. 100-97. The Pilots, again, have the chance to capitalize on a costly possession by Tougaloo. We have to see if they're able to do it this time around. Josh Stamps is going to pass it over to Jeff Garrett, but Jeff Garrett isn't able to handle possession, and the Pilots are just going to throw away possession. You can tell they're starting to get tired. I mean, again, 4 games, 5 days. They've had a 1-day break, and it looks like Josh Stamps is going to foul number 15, Corey Davis. And that's his 4th foul of the day. He is now in foul trouble. So here comes the first shot by Corey Davis. He's been hot for Tougaloo tonight. His first shot does not fall. So we are still at a 3-point ball game. Corey Davis' second shot is not going to fall. Jeff Garrett secures the rebound. He's going to give it over to Tim Coleman, who's going to slowly bring it up himself. He's going to pass it over to Jeff Garrett. Jeff Garrett's going to pass it over to Ahmad Wainwright. Ahmad Wainwright's going to drive the lane. He pulls up, takes a nice, easy 2-point game, 99-100 with 1:35 to go. The pressure is really on both teams to perform here in this last minute and 30 of the game. This has been an exciting ball game. Neither team can really separate themselves from the other. And you can hear the Tougaloo coach is just screaming. He is not happy right now. Here comes the inbound. 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. Corey Davis has the ball. He tries to kick it out. It's intercepted by Tim Coleman. Tim Coleman's going to drive the lane, pass it out to Kelvin Henry Jr., who takes a 3, who doesn't really even touch the rim. So Corey Davis now has the ball. He's going to bring it up himself. He's going to pass it over. And the shot is blocked. Leading pass to Tim Coleman's it's going to get the land, but Josh Stamps has the ball stolen from him. This is insane. 42 seconds to go. 1 point lead for Tougaloo. And this is insane. We are down to 37 seconds to go in this ballgame. 21 on the shot clock. Scores 100 Tougaloo, 99 for your Pilots. A little update on number 5 for Tougaloo, Tonzo Handy. He was currently getting medical attention from some fire department. We really hope he's okay. We send him his best wishes from the Pilots. He hit his head hard on the hardwood floor, and we never want to see a player get injured. So Tougaloo is going to have an inbound just outside the yard, right outside of their bench. As you're looking, Tougaloo's in their red uniforms, blue numbers, white outline. The Pilots are in their white uniforms, purple numbers, outline in gold. Here comes the inbound. It's going to go down low. They're going to kick it back out to Corey Davis. He's high. He's going to pass it further out. And Tougaloo is still just trying to waste time. So here comes Tougaloo. They're going to drive the lane. And here comes a three by Tougaloo. And it is going to fall. It's now a 4-point ball game. Maude Wainwright has the ball. He's going to take the three himself. It is not going to fall. Tougaloo gets a rebound, and that's going to be the ball game. Tougaloo is going to come in and sweep the Pilots at the dot tonight. So now Kelvin Henry Jr. is now fouled out of the ball game. This has been an exciting ball game on all parts. You're just having a lot of players from the Pilots who have not been able to get into it, and a lot of that can probably be attested to the amount of play time the Pilots have had in the last week. The first shot is not going to go. It is still a 4-point ball game. Tougaloo is doing no help to themselves to really secure this victory. The second shot does go in. And Tougaloo takes another timeout. I don't know why they would take a timeout in this overtime and when they could just seal up the victory right here. It is nearly out of reach. It's a 5-point ball game. The only luck the Pilots would have is hitting a three-pointer and getting fouled on the three. That would nearly be the only chance the Pilots have of even having a possibility of coming back into this game. So as I said, 7.5 to go, 104-99 in favor of the Tougaloo Bulldogs, who have come in, and the women's team have beat the Lady Pilots, and looks like the men's are about to fall to Tougaloo as well. And that's surprising with Tougaloo coming into this overtime period having their entire starting lineup with 4 fouls. Tougaloo is going to start a full court press. Here comes the inbound. Tim Coleman has the ball. He's going to give it over to Josh Stamps, who's not going to make it. It just bounces off the rebound, and that is the ball game. 104-99. We want to thank everybody for attending the stream tonight, watching the game. We hope you enjoyed it. It was an exciting game. The next game here on Stretch TV's or in the LSUS Sports Network is January 11th. Thank you all for joining. My name is Ryan Hill. Talk to you again.